Have you been thinking about selling your house but worried that you might not have a successful experience? Well, if that's the case, this episode is for you. Hi, this is Nicole Muk, a local realtor helping people buying and selling real estate in the greater Princeton market. In this episode, I would like to share with you 5 tips to help you to have a successful selling experience. As an old saying goes, before every action, there's a motivation, and after every action, there's a consequence. So we are going to work along that line when I go over these 5 tips for helping you to have a successful selling experience. Number 1, you need to know your why. Oftentimes, when people think about selling their houses, they will say, okay, our house is too big, our house is too small, and it's too far away from the workplace. We want to be close to our families and friends, etc., etc. All these are legitimate reasons. And what I'm talking about here is to encourage you to go deeper inside and ask yourself, what is your why? What is the pain from living here that you try to walk away from? And what is the dream? What is the pleasure that you're seeking from living in your next house? Obviously, if you're married, then your spouse and you need to be on the same page as far as the why is concerned. Because oftentimes we see deals fall apart, not because of the technical issues, but because of the nuances like this kind, because the true motivation is not there. So once the process gets started, or once you're in the middle of a negotiation, subconsciously you are holding yourself back, therefore prevent you from having a successful transaction. And that is a situation you don't want to be. So I strongly encourage you to have a clear understanding of your true why before you make a final decision. Next is that you need to know where you want to go. When I say that, I do not refer to the geographical location. Obviously, you want to check the location, do your due diligence, or consult with the real estate professional that you're working with to see which location is good, right? But that is not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to that as far as like family planning is concerned, your financial growth is concerned. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What kind of position that you want to be in as a result from selling this house and moving to the next house? Because usually when people buy a house, they intend to live there for 3, 5, even 10 years, right? So that's a long time, and that will help you to increase your equity and build your wealth. So where do you see yourself as far as you, as far as your family and the growth of your family is concerned? And you need to keep that in mind when you decide to sell the current house. So after you know your why, after you know where you want to go, the next step that I would encourage you to do is to have a conversation or consultation with several professionals, your accountant, your financial planner, your lawyer, and your realtor. Because all these professionals will share and answer your questions from their field of expertise. Because each industry have their nuances, regardless how easy it seems on the surface level. So when we don't know what we don't know, and that's when we make mistakes. You don't want to say, okay, I made this move this time, but 10 years later, when you look back, you say, I wish I didn't do that. This is something that we do not want to see. So before you make a decision about selling your house, I strongly encourage you to consult with these different professionals so that with the information from them, you can make a sound and informed decision for yourself. So after you make a decision, okay, you say, okay, everything checked, we're good, we're going to sell the house. Your next step is to team up with a real estate professional. And more importantly, once you choose to work with any particular realtor, you need to trust this person because realtors have a fiduciary duty to the client, meaning this person's work need to always keep the client's best interest at heart. So you have to trust this real estate professional. And also this person, whoever you choose to work with, need to know the market intimately, because the value of a house is not a fixed number. It's constantly changing because of the sold result of houses similar to yours. So if you say you're trying to sell the house 2 years ago versus you're trying to sell your house now, the market condition is different and the approach could be also different. So you need to cooperate and work with the real estate professional in order to help you prepare your house properly, price your house strategically, and market your house aggressively so that in the eyes of the potential buyer, your house is the obvious choice. And finally, I would encourage you to put your emotion on the side. After we live in the house for so many years, and obviously we enjoy the house and we created so many memories. Probably you witnessed the first steps of your first child, or you raised your children, now they all moved out and have their own families. So many, you celebrated all the birthdays and anniversaries and etc. etc. So you have a lot of memories, so you are emotionally tied to this house. However, once you made a decision about selling this house, I would say let's put emotion on the side and just focus on getting the transaction done. And because when you look at the house, it is a home. However, when the buyer look at the house, it is a house, it is a product. When they look at a house, they look at the features that this house offers. And also when they showing feedbacks or they ask for talk about the house and some of the quote-unquote issues or problems, they are looking at a house as a product, and they're looking at a house from the practical sense. They haven't lived in this house like you did, and obviously they don't have the same kind of memories like you do, so they don't have the emotional tie. So never take the buyer's feedback personally. They don't mean to insult you. They just trying to be practical to try to see if this house fits what they need. They just want to see if this house is a good choice for their family and their situation. Take your emotion on the side so you will be better off and you will have a higher chance of having a successful transaction. So that's the 5 tips that I would like to share with you in order to help you to have a successful selling experience. If you like the content, please like and subscribe so that next time when new content is uploaded, you will be notified. If you're new to this chapter, if you're new to this channel, welcome and thank you for stopping by. I hope you find the information helpful. Click on the subscribe button and hope that we're going to see you more in the future. And until next time, take care.